Not educational, not informational. I'm just yapping. Yeah, nah, I ain't really got squat going on. I'm just getting started. Someone digging in there? Fine. Oh yeah, my ordering package. Hot. Very hot. Uh, right now, I'm trying to figure out everything I want to do. Hey, sorry guys. Loaded. The only reason I don't have this on right now is because I'm trying to figure all this out. I need to find out if I'm coming in audibly or not. What up, PMC? How you doing? Good, good. Sorry, I'm just testing some stuff. I also joined the Nielsen apparently. But you've been all right, my noble samurai warrior. Well, I would rather call you a Ronin. I like Ronin better. I mean, I'm all for the honor and stuff, but mm, I'm not taking this offer yet. Oh, watering the rest of the crops? Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, mm, let's see. Yeah, hold on one second. Oh man, I thought it said I didn't have a mic. Hello. Hello, hello. Oh, okay. You can hear me though, yeah? Let's try to make sure. That's the only problem with working it like this. Off the schnizzle. Oh, okay, cool. Because yeah, I was trying to maneuver between my computer and my cell. That's good. I won't get in trouble for showing old footage of when I was in a group. But also, I'm just killing time. Just killing time. Killing time. And right now, it's hot out here. It's blazing hot. But let's see here. Maybe I should change my name to Finger Breaker Woo. Ha, what do you think? Too many syllables. Ah! So that works. You know what though? It's funny how many people haven't seen Brain Smash or A Love Story. I mean, it was. I don't even think it was released in theaters. It was straight to video. It was an Andrew Dice Clay movie. It had all the dudes dressed up like Kato from the Green Hornet. But it was a good movie. Yeah. You know what's funny? Okay. The thing about Eminem, and this isn't one of those videos where I'm gonna sit up here and talk mess. Um, I wasn't a fan of Eminem back in the day. I really wasn't. Like, everybody was at the time, and even growing up as a punk rocker and slight rapper, I just wasn't a fan, and I still kind of ain't a fan. But I have this unnatural, unholy problem where I got to defend somebody who's constantly getting attacked, and that's why I don't fight nobody about nothing. And it's weird because everybody's like, I don't play any sides in the fence. There are actual neutral people out there that offer no aid to one side or the other, but they also aren't going to sit here and like start any fights with nobody. Like they try to be like I'm the guy that'll tell somebody they was wrong on either side. I don't care. Because I agree with everybody, I disagree with everyone. Yeah, no, I respect this skill too, but it's kind of weird how people can't acknowledge talent. I never said he didn't have talent. I just said I wasn't a fan. For me, it was the voice. I'm like, you got all these bars, but the delivery in your voice doesn't work for me. Then there's like Cage. Cage was pretty cool, but I wasn't a fan of him either. I finally started listening to Two Weary Travelers. Like I found a couple of their songs. They're pretty banger. What up, Bud Files? How you doing? Yeah. Once again, not dissing the talent, You know who was banger? Dang, it just popped out of my head. I wasn't gonna go after every. I wasn't gonna say everyone. Yeah, and I don't mind the nasally flow, but it became the norm. It's kind of like how, okay, this is one of those things where this is why I don't make videos about it. I've never been a fan of Lil Wayne. Only time I was a fan of Lil Wayne was Never. I like a couple of songs from The Block is Hot and a couple of songs from 500 Degrees, but I never put him in a GOAT conversation. I don't believe there is a GOAT because that's so subjective. Like, I still love that song. I forgot. It hurt so bad or something. The one about his dad. The song about his dad. It was from his older stuff, way older, way before there was a Carter album. Not taken away from his impact or any of that stuff, but I was never really a fan. Like, and trust me, I heard him everywhere. I remember the Cash Money takeover. And it all started with a song called Ha by Juvenile, which, yeah, there's way too many greats. And then there's people that I feel like were never in the conversations of greatness, and I always thought they were. Like, even the one hit wonders I thought were great. Because let me tell you something, you know how hard it is to make a hit, let alone one that continuously plays, let alone one that'll keep playing at the party? Yeah, Afu Ra, banger, banger. The Afros, I like the Afros. They came and went. It's just like, um when people talk about, like, I was talking to this Toronto guy actually, and I was talking to him about Chaos and Rascals, them groups, and of course Cardinal Official. That's who I think of when I think of Toronto rappers. I don't think of Drake. And whether they want to admit it or not, I give Snow his props. He was a good toaster. Plus, what I liked about Snow is that pretty much was him. He adopted that lifestyle, and that's the way he was. Plus, he was a real criminal. Yeah, the licks is always dope. The whole Liquid crew. I got to talk to Tash, as a matter of fact. And nobody consistently thinks of MC Breed. God, I had so much hair in that video. I missed that hair. Yeah, I haven't heard J Live. Now I got to look him up. You know who else was banger? I didn't get to hear a lot from them because, I grew up poor. The Shapeshifters. They were dope. Yeah, that's my hair. Put it in that pic. That's me and my crew back in the day. And then, even though people hated on him for a weird reason, and like he didn't get to do much because of that whole lawsuit, even though the lawsuit about copyright names, uh, Shadowcast. Because remember, he was originally called Biggie Smalls, but it got too confusing. So even though he wanted and Notorious B.I.G. couldn't call himself Biggie Smalls anymore, Biggie Smalls had to change his name to Shadowcast, and he only did, like, I think, one or two more things. See, you can respectfully dig styles and whatnot, and hell, even a guy might have a style. A dude could rap his butt off, and he can have the voice and everything, and you can still not like him. Is it okay to just not like something? Sometimes you just ain't feeling it. Sometimes there ain't a reason for it. It's not always rational. Is it right? No. But is it human? Yeah. Just saying. Frogology with a touch of barology. Uh, there we go. I'm back on my own block. Yep, yep, yep. I'm just testing out a bunch of stuff right now. I'm seeing what's consistent and what's inconsistent. Still wondering where Easy's at. Hold on a second. Who is it? Let's see. Looks like somebody got removed. I didn't have nothing to do with that. I don't remove people. Yeah, atmosphere, dilated peoples. You know what though? Not a good take to have, but I'm hard pressed to find somebody in Rhyme Sayers that wasn't putting it down. Easy top. You know who's banging it? You been hearing those new clips tracks? I'm loving No Malice right now. He's killing it. 53 years old and still is a murderer. Come on, cat. Come on, cat. I don't know why people keep forgetting that the clips were a thing for raps, for fashion, for style. But yeah, No Malice is like, oh, y'all forgot because he did a few Christian albums and people forgot that he could still spit and without cursing. Yep. Well, they didn't make commerce. They made art, and they were who they were. and they are who they are. Hold on a second. Got to get them the last of these treats. Yeah, Diabolic was really dope. In fact, that brings up a good question. Well, not a good question, but a question. Did you ever watch the next episode? I wish that show would have lasted. Yeah, see, that's where I first saw Diabolic, and he was awesome. You know, he really was. I wish that show would have lasted, but it was Showtime, and they didn't know what they were doing. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, Freestyle Friday was cool. MTV had a good one too. They had a bunch of good ones. MC Gen will always be dope. Hold on 1 second though. Now, sorry about that. I was just talking to my niece real quick. Yeah, MC Gen was dope. And also, what's funny is Blind Fury. People seen him on Freestyle Friday on BET, but first time I saw him was on MTV, and I thought that was pretty sick with it. I don't know if you remember that. It was on MTV long ago. Yep, yep. Oh, you know what else was cool? And it made me so mad that they only did one. The Blaze battles on HBO. That's what got me into Rhyme Sayers. R.I.P. Idea. But those Blaze battles were sick. It was sick. I don't know. They only did that one, and I remember they didn't even advertise it. I was having to read with my punk rocker homies, and it came on, and we actually sat through all of it, and it was good. I mean, they still got them on. You can find them on YouTube, I think. But yeah, Blaze battles was really good. Yeah, like I said, that's how I first saw Idea, and I was like, "This dude is a beast." I like verses. I really do. My only problem with it, I know when I say I like it, I really do. And this isn't even a problem. I don't know whether I like them to do it the old way where it was just inside of their houses or when they were sitting together or when they're on stage. I don't know which way presents the best. Because I have a few favorite verses that were on the stage and I have a few favorite verses that were pretty much just them chilling with each other without an audience. MF Doom and Lupe. I would have liked to have seen. There's a lot of people I would have liked to have seen go against MF Doom, but I knew you'd throw out Lupe. I would have liked to have seen, just for some weird contrast, a Ross Cos MF Doom. That would have been interesting. Like Ras Kass and MF Doom, that would have been an interesting verses against each other. What up, Cleaner Beats? Hey, yo, PMC, have you been over to Cleaner Beats channel yet? He be sitting up here making some dope beats. Sometimes he make them for me to just vibe out to. Sometimes he make them to where I want to spit. The problem with the ones that I want to vibe out to is because I'm not a big proprietor of that style, meaning I don't know how to do it well. Like that whole singing rhyme stuff, I don't do that. Or, nah, it's not singing rhyme, it's crooning rhyme. Crooning, because I don't know. I still think it's kind of a mistake to let the be rappers. If you're gonna croon, croon. If you're gonna rap, rap. But it's like a crooner to me is somebody who really can't sing great and who really doesn't rap great, but they mix it together and they make their hits. But then they get their hits, they get accepted as a rapper, and then all of a sudden, I'm not a rapper. I just make music. Shut up. Yeah, Clean has some dope beats. He has hot. Yeah. And he West Coast, and I'm like, so you can't make no Bay Area slaps, huh? And here I thought we were cool with each other. I had to cry and stuff. I'm glad I got rid of that video of me crying. Cleaner Beats, man, come on. There's a couple of Bears. I know I'm not from the Bay. I know. I got relatives. Okay, I'm lying. But anyways. Nah, PMC. Yeah, nah, Cleaner. PMC cool. He just be sitting back dropping knowledge because, he's the wandering Ronin. He keeps claiming he's a samurai, but I don't know. He be having shinobi-ish tendencies. He be getting shinobi on you. Because right when you think he's just going to sit there and hit you with the old samurai philosophy, he ninjas your ass. I know. Nah, Cleaner used to be up here chilling with me when I would stand out at late nights back when I was in the South, because I had bad insomnia, and I'd sit up there and just start, randomly rapping. And when I say ninjas, yeah, that just means PMC. He gonna hit you with some knowledge, but sometimes it's gonna hurt. But that's the truth. That's how that go. Just like growing up, a lot of people don't remember Lightfoot. Well, they do. They only know him as the Indian in the cupboard. But I'm like, he had a whole rap career. I don't know. To be honest, there's only one samurai I don't like. And it ain't that I have a problem with him. But I'm like, you're not a samurai. You're an actual ninja. And that's Batman. I'm like, you're an actual ninja. Cloak of Darkness, always on that stealth mode. But you tell everybody you're a samurai. Even though, just like the ninjas of the past, your code is to get the job done, which you do. Yeah, no, we've been tapped in for a minute, Cleaner. I've been watching your channel steadily grow. Yeah, just like I've been tapped in with PMC for a minute too. Only person missing from the equation is Easy. I hope he's all right, but I usually only catch him on the weekend too, or no, I catch him when I gotta be at work. It's my day off. Mm. Ah, yeah, Ghost Dog. Such a good movie. I might try to give The Man with the Iron Fist Part 2 another shot. It was all right, but it wasn't as good as part one. Yeah, PMC does more like live streams. He be chilling, chopping, but he be putting out all kinds of good photography work. He's a model. He don't like to admit he is, but he's one. Always looking swaggerdelic. Wow, old lady. The crosswalk literally says it's me. You almost hit me. Whatever. Let's see. I did do something crazy. Well, I am part of something crazy right now. You know those Nielsen ratings? I'm part of that, which it's come a long way from just being a box inside of a house. Yeah, Forrest Whitaker. Only thing that made people mad about that movie was that they said the RZA was in it, and he was only in there for like 2 whole seconds. But all of his beats were in the movie, so fair trade. Well, if it wasn't for Cartoon Network's Adult Swim, I wouldn't have known about Chaos. There's a couple of people like Mad Villain. That would be cool, an Adult Swim concept. A nice homage to it. Hold on 1 second. Ah, yeah, yeah. No, Adult Swim has some bangers. Well, yeah. The Samurai Jack. Most of Adult Swim, that's where they would show like so many people. I'm so mad about so many of these artists that I missed that would come on there. Yeah, Samurai Jack. And you still can't change my mind that that's Professor Utonium's ancestor. And unlike most people, I dug that last Samurai Jack they put out. That was a good ending, even a deleted one. Like I saw the alternate ending to the final episode, like the actual final that they did. Very good. Me, I'm just trying to work. I'm trying to figure out this StreamYard stuff, and I'm online shopping for a capture card, and I might have to get a new headset mic. That's why earlier I was testing out my video display with this, not for reactions per se, but if I could get it synced up just right, my laptop with this phone, then I could do little stuff on here. Like back in the day, I used to do it with my PS4 and headphones, and I'd have my cell phone on so I could play the beat in my earphones, and then I would rap to it. But nobody would really hear the beat going. Because I'm gonna bring back my therapy sessions. That's what I used to call the raps. I got 3 videos on there, but I've actually sprinkled them in everywhere. Ah, yes, Toonami. You know what? It's funny. You know, my favorite Toonami was the first one because it wasn't really Toonami. They just would play. They didn't have a lot of anime back then. Like they weren't licensed out yet or cleaned up. So it was this is before they had Tom and Bob. You know, the robots. It was Motar from Space Ghost running it. A lot of people don't remember Motar. And they would play like Thundercats and they'd play like Fantastic Max. And, you know, they get whatever they could till they started getting the licensing. Yep. And besides that, I was reading the new Captain Planet comic. Like I do a lot of comic book reading still. Yeah, Professor Utonium, the voice of him. Uh, just like for a while, my boy was my voice actor was Greg Sipes because he was the voice of Beast Boy, Michelangelo. He was also the voice of Iron Fist on Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah. Funny thing about the voice of SpongeBob, Tom Kenny. First time I ever saw him was in a live action movie when I was a kid. I don't remember how old I was. I was probably like either like 10, 11 years old. I actually mentioned it on a video on here. It's the voice of SpongeBob played a psychotic clown named Binky in a movie called Shakes the Clown about an alcoholic clown that was framed for murder. It's crazy. Oh man, that's too. We talking cartoons? Are we talking TV shows? If we're talking TV shows, I think that Firefly should have gotten more seasons. Firefly was way too good. The TV show. Let's see. Shows that didn't get a fair shake. Cartoons that didn't. That's quite a few. Because remember back in the day, they like it was weird. It was episodic, but at the same time, they'd have an ongoing story. I think Bucky O'Hare. They only gave that show 1 season. That soundtrack was addictive. That Kwame and Skate, yeah. We're talking Streets of Rage Skate, right? Oh yeah, of course it gets windy when I'm outside. Yeah, they did that with, and I got grounded. I was, luckily I had a portable TV. It was this cartoon that came on, and it was a Christmas special. I'm like, Christmas special? They didn't even get any episodes out. And that was it was called Who Like That. They actually have that on YouTube also. It's not well filmed because somebody obviously, taped it on their VCR and then used their camera to film it. Yeah. But yeah, some pilots don't even get on there. But yeah, not Bucky O'Hare, that should have lasted. The Boom Crew, that was a pretty cool cartoon about these orphans. They're stuck in space trying to pass. They're trying to get parts of their video game back. Oh, and you know what I read about? What up, Easy? Oh yeah, Gargoyles, definitely Gargoyles. You know what show that they were actually going to revive? They had they did a GoFundMe. They had a campaign. They had the money for it. They were going to put it up, and then then the president of the network decided he didn't want nothing like that, and that was Megas XLR. Matter of factly, actually, now you got me going to go search for this real quick. Hold on a sec. Yeah, kind of a hint. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this. That show right there, Megas XLR. I don't know if y'all remember that show, but I thought it was great.
Oh yeah,
The XLR stood for extra large.
it was a little into my adulthood, but it's still a good show.
I was like 18, 19 when it popped, when it came out. VR Troopers was
Yeah, so
dope.
that,
Virtual reality. And the other lesser known show that people didn't watch, but I went crazy for Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
oh,
Had Matthew Lawrence in it.
so Cleaner Beats
That's
was like dropping some sick stuff earlier today. Holy.
Yeah. He said a couple. He said VR Troopers. He said
Oh,
well, of
I was
course.
talking about the beats, man. The beats he was putting out earlier on his live.
Yeah. Check that off.
Are you back near the house or something? Oh.
I went and picked up a bunch of fresh treats for the dogs earlier.
Nice. I just saw a dog with a gold tooth while I was out and about.
A gold tooth having dog?
Yeah, fucking left rear molar. I was like, what?
That's crazy. I thought
He's
that
just
only happened in
smiling at me.
Kingdom.
I look, and I'm like, damn, he's got a gold tooth. We'll
Hold
give
on.
PMC a proper hello. Oh, we got Pepe
Yep.
popping in.
Hey, Pepe, what's up? Sorry, I'm trying to be quiet. Kid is napping.
Yeah, I kind of figured you were back at the house when you started cutting in and out there.
Mm-hmm.
I was too, so I didn't know if it was me or not. I noticed that the Wi-Fi had turned on. I was like, oh,
No, I did the change up.
I got it shut off. I don't understand why.
I totally understand. There's nothing for you in here, Cash. Back it up. Ugh. Move. Let's see here. Get the red. Huh? One side back. It's hot outside.
Dude, it's so humid today. My goatee makes me look like the mayor of Whoville. One
The
curl
mayor
to
of
the right,
Whoville?
one curl to the left.
Are we talking
Yeah,
about
mayor of Whoville.
Whoville from Horton Hears a Who, or Whoville as in the Grinch?
Probably the Grinch, be more the speed of my goatee at the moment. Because it's the split curl in it.
You said favorite quote from a comedy movie. I already did that in
So,
quote battle. We did it a few times.
oh, many, many times. I can't pick a favorite. Come on now.
I could give you one of them. You in here with the marijuana? Marijuana? Man, this is some bullshit.
I mean, another good one. We always do it, but you plotting to get me, boy.
Yeah, you plotting on me, boy.
Speaking of gold teeth.
Yeah, Major Benson, Winifred Payne. Sunfish was excited because Major Payne finally got put on YouTube.
I know. He sent me a message about it. He's like, it's on there. I was like, oh, dude, I know.
Oh yeah, where's the booze?
That's right.
Also, like, can you say "pretty bird"?
Yeah.
Like, you
That's
sold
what's
a
just
dead
going through
bird
my
to a
head.
blind kid. What's wrong with you? Yep. Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, good. I thought I lost my
Speaking of
sandwich.
birds, dead birds. My daughter's aunt is, got MR or whatever. When she was
Yeah.
younger, they had this bird in the cage, and she was trying to watch Barney, and the bird wouldn't shut up. So she walked over, opened the cage, snapped the bird's neck, walked out and threw it on the porch, went back to her business.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Mother gets home. Where's Tweety? She just points over on the porch.
Well, that's wild. That
It's kind
reminds
of a
me of
little
that dude on
morbid, but
Oz. Remember the guy on Oz? One guy nobody messed with, the crazy white dude. He was watching TV while his parents were arguing. He walked over with a hammer and just crushed their skulls in and turned the TV back on.
Yep. Yeah, he's like, yeah, back to what I was doing now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was talking to PMC because I've been really excited for the clips. The release has been good,
Yeah.
and with Pharrell making the beats, I'm like, of course, back to that heat.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, that is great. Took a dart in your neck. Pull that out.
It's not cool.
See, I could do that all day. Just the other thing. Yeah, we gonna do it.
Oh,
No, I'm fine.
oh, yeah.
It was a crazy car chase. One of them shot me.
Oh man.
Freaking Dead Man on Campus. That movie was so weird.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I'm still sad there ain't no more Neptunes. I hope that him and Chad Hugo fix
Oh,
that.
I know, right? Yeah, I know. That'd be fantastic.
Got to get back to
I've
work.
been listening
Cool.
to 70s music.
70s music?
Well, enjoy it if you can.
Yeah. I
70s
love
music,
respecting
yeah,
it too.
like all vast
Yeah,
variety of
ABBA,
70s music. I love
BG.
that.
It's kind of hard to
I mean, I had
like the
lips
70s
going.
is such a broad, like the
Yeah,
70s
it's
is such
so
a broad
vast. It's
time.
crazy.
People always
Yeah.
think 70s, they think disco. I'm like, punk rock, funk,
No,
rap.
right? Like, you dropped a bomb on me, stuff like that. That's what I was listening to.
Yeah. And search of,
What is
yeah.
that? The Dap Band or something like that? Something like that.
Well, there was the Gap Band. There was also the super group Grand Funk Railroad.
Yeah, Grand Funk was stellar.
Yeah, Michael McDonald in there. It was like, if you're gonna mess up, you mess up hard.
Yeah,
If you mess up with Michael McDonald.
I mean, that's just like the band, though, too,
Yeah. Back when
all them
super
fucking
groups were a
guys.
thing.
It's just like, holy moly. Traveling Wilburys, all them, things like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Paul Revere and the Raiders for some reason. I don't know why, but I dig them.
I do, too. I can't say I don't.
Woosah, it is hot out there. So yeah, that's what I mean. Like, but earlier I was working trying to figure out my laptop with this cell phone because I don't have to get I don't have to get a Streamlabs OBS. I can just use my StreamYard as long as I got a proper capture card.
Oh,
It's just figuring it all out.
oh, definitely great music for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Eclectic mix for sure.
And then the '80s came and mixed all of that together with a synth.
And you got killed the.
Yeah, NERD was played in Jet Li films. It was also played in that's the first time I heard Lap Dance on the Daredevil movie. If y'all remember the Daredevil movie, the first Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck, which wasn't good, but Michael Clark Duncan was a damn good Kingpin. Oh, you keep cutting in and out, bro.
I did like Colin.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out. I think you might have to refresh your screen. Let me try doing mine, as a matter of fact. Yeah, Daredevil sucked. I never said it didn't. I said Michael Clark Duncan was good in there. I didn't like Jennifer Garner as Elektra, except in Deadpool and Wolverine. I learned to like it. Just like Marshala Ali, I don't know if he would have been a good Blade. I mean, Sticky Fingers was Blade, and well, you can take that or leave it. Yeah, I don't think that was his intent. It happens. I mean, getting good signal. I run off of 5G.
Just shut off because kick me out.
Ah, yeah, I didn't do that. You did that. I've never booted you off the page.
It was definitely because my phone's hot, hence the fan blowing on it right now.
Oh, yeah, no, remember that happened to me on that walk I did to work?
Yep.
That phone overheated and told me to go screw myself.
That's exactly what just happened. I grabbed the fan to remedy the issue, and when I looked back, I was like, oh, man, all right.
You know what though? Daredevil. If it wasn't for that movie, Ben Affleck wouldn't have became a decent Batman because he's like, I already messed up on one. I can't do that twice.
Yeah. I can't say he was a decent Batman. I just can't.
He was better than Clooney.
He was definitely better than Clooney, but I just Keaton set a high standard for that role after Adam West. You know.
Well, that's because Michael Keaton ran around in black Air Force Ones, black Jordans,
I know.
that he stole from the movie set after it was all said and done.
Of course he did.
The Elektra movie, I did not like it.
Yeah. I don't really like her.
Frank Miller, the creator, loved it, but I like the Elektra better on the Daredevil TV show.
Yes. Yes.
But Elektra, the character, is just kind of like, I prefer Typhoid Mary. She was a much better foil for Daredevil.
Right.
Yeah. But you know, like, it's funny how people forget these MC movies. Just like this is the fourth attempt at a Get Fantastic Four movie? Or the fifth?
Fourth or fifth, yeah. You had what?
Yeah,
Corman did one there.
Yep, Roger Corman, which actually was considered one of the better ones because at least these guys cared about the comic.
Exactly.
Yeah, they actually cared and tried with what they had. And then
then you had
there were those other two that came out, and they were there. And then there was that one that came out with Michael B. Jordan, and that one tanked. Yeah, it's like attempt number 5.
Yep.
But the same can be said about a lot of it. You know, like
absolutely.
I remember like the first Daredevil movie, the first Daredevil in a film was not Ben Affleck. It was in the Incredible Hulk movie. The Incredible Hulk TV movie.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just like the first time, who was he? The first Nick Fury was David Hasselhoff.
Yep, he was.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course that Silver Surfer movie, the Ride of the Silver Surfer was awful. You know, they wasted it all. They wasted it all on the trailer. The trailer was so hyped.
Yeah, it was.
From the minute he phased through that building and they did the slow shot and they did all that awesome sauce, and I went and he grabbed the Human Torch and so I just went, yeah, they're not topping that.
No, absolutely not.
Yep, Knight Rider was the Nick Fury. He wasn't even bad at it. He wasn't even bad at it. I can't even say nothing. Better than Sticky Fingers' Blade.
Sticky Fingers' Blade, I know.
I was like, so of all people to play a barely talking, brooding vampire hunter martial artist, you choose the guy from Onyx?
Yeah. Slam Master.
Like, the guys who put mosh pits in rap music, those guys. Okay.
Slam dancing, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when they teamed up with Biohazard.
Oh, right.
And I'm a huge Biohazard fan, and I'm a huge Onyx fan. So I had no problem with the collaboration. My problem is you put that guy as Blade?
Yeah. Let the boys be boys. That's right.
Yeah.
BMC.
The main master Venus master, Onyx broken gas. Ooh.
Don't get me started.
Standing in my B-boy stance here to give me the microphone before I busted my pants. I used to love that song. I still do.
Oh, absolutely.
Once again, that's not a knock to Onyx. You chose him to be your Blade.
Yeah.
When Wesley Snipes already set the standard.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
because he didn't even play the Blade from the comic. He kind of just like based off of him, they had to they retooled the Blade. They retooled
Yep.
Blade. Because they're like, damn, he made it too cool. That happens though. They did the same thing in Teen Titans with Cyborg.
Mr. Moesha, he says.
Yeah. Hey, before that, he was in Strapped with Hakeem Woodbine shooting people,
Well, what
selling
about that
guns.
chick from A Boy Meets World becoming a porn star? Come on.
Oh yeah, Maitland Ward.
Maitland. Yeah. It's like, what the hell?
Hey, before her, there was Judy from Family Matters. I'm like, so not only did she disappear, she ended up in those films.
Yeah. Oh, dude, he wasn't even a dime store. He was like penny candy.
Yeah, just right under Bazooka Joe.
Yeah. Get some lemon heads, leave a sour taste in your mouth. It's awesome.
But like, yeah. And you know it's fun. They also did that. They messed up with Cyborg also. And when they did the
Yeah.
Justice League movie. How come the better Cyborg was in damn damn, I used to love it. I still do love it. Doom Patrol. He was a better Cyborg.
Yeah.
Yeah, nailed with Cyborg.
Oh, you just cut out hard right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, rock on too. I got it.
Oh no. Yeah, we gotta have the big league chew. I almost bought some the other day, actually. Just because I saw it and I was like, oh, now I won't do it. I did locate a relic from my childhood though the other day. Going through a box of stuff. I found my old Dare headband. It says "Say No" on it. Say no.
Nice.
I sent a picture of me wearing it to a friend earlier. It's been a bad way. I'm like, hey, if you need a laugh, here's one for you. I made myself look all screwed up, put that on. And I'm like, I don't think I followed the directions. Made him laugh, so it changed his day. Oh, and I might be doing a gold painting video. I don't know. I got a gold paint. I got some pay dirt. Do it on a live stream or something. Oh, my suffering crap. Somebody get rid of that jackaloon. Holy moly. If I could be in the chat, I would, but I can't do it. I'm not in there.
Oh, sorry. I was on mute the whole time. I said, oh, that weird ad thing. I just let it fly because
Yeah.
it gets deleted on its own.
Right.
Like my Stream Elements bot handles them for the most part, but I get all these people asking me. I'm like, that'd be great. I'd love thousands of subscribers and stuff if I were a content creator. But seeing as how I'm not a content creator, I don't want any of that.
Right. I get emails about it all the time. I'm like, no.
You want to increase your viewership? Not really.
Yeah, we noticed on your last upload you got X amount of views. I'm like, good for you. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. I don't recall asking, but good for you, buddy. I swear. I wonder. I'm gonna try something out here
Oh,
every time. Yeah, famous last words every time.
can't answer the phone, kid. Leave me the hell alone. I'm busy. Oh,
Who's hitting you up?
my kid. Oh,
Huh. You kind of have to answer.
I know.
It's not whether
I'll
you
be,
can or can't's irrelevant, bro.
I'll be back. Oh.
Thinking you can get out of that. You crazy? Yeah, they always do. And it always trips me out that they missed the point. Oh yeah, the comments in short videos make me. They're always funny. But I don't like to say this out loud, but I'm multi-streaming right now, so I'm on 3 different platforms via this and where I read my chat at. If I were to have I can show the comments on the stage. If I were to have that just rolling, like scrolling on the side, you'll see a lot of ads for me. And I'd be sitting up here like, that's not even. Why do they keep doing it? Yeah, it's not even close to my style. Uh, Let me see if I get in trouble for this. I still be wondering how he's doing. Hold on a second. Oh wait, that's just me.
I'm programmed to live every day like my last, no matter if you get as old as either right or bad. So try to fire at me, I'm gonna fire back. I don't know where my Bible's at and I can find the righteous path. I don't care if you either hate, respect, or fear me. My heart still remains cold like rain in February. My rage is hereditary. I open my eyes and show me a sign. I'm feeling like there ain't no heaven near me. I'm angry and depressed, full of hatred and I'm stressed. Saying fuck the world until something takes away my breath. I've never cared and never feared a person, cause there's no difference. Cause I know at the end of the day you're alone in this. And nothing is all that being hopeless gets. So I'd rather be focused inside this hellhole we're in. No regrets, whether it's being reckless or unsoberness. Try to cross in my path and you'll feel some holiness. No regrets.
Uh, I see people doing that all the time. What do they call that? Fair use or whatever. Nah, this is my homeboy Donnie Menace. I met him years ago. I think I was still a teenager. And he was, I met at they had those teenage clubs, and he was out there spitting his bars, and I'd always see him at shows, and we always got along. Good rapper. I always used to come to my shows. I used to try to get him booked at gigs too. That's how he learned that he preferred rapping at rock shows, because at a rock show they at least give you a half hour set. You might get a half hour to 45 of the band, but at a rap show, since there's so many rappers, you might get 5-10 minutes, like 1 or 2 songs. That's why people don't get it. Like when you see a lot of rappers live, they might do just 1 or 2 verses. And that's because when you're coming up locally, you only get you only get like 10 minutes. So you got to try to you know, cut verses here and there and put out the hardest part of it just so you can showcase it. Anyways,
For this life I lead, for the light may never shine on me. this life I lead.
All right, pausing it again. Even though I know the guy, I don't know if he knows my new name on here. Like, and I suppose I used to talk to him on Facebook all the time, but I got rid of my Facebook. But yeah, I think that this video, this was like the actual video. I think it was done by my homeboy, Ghost Lab. Like because he's the one that did our nonsense video. Oh yeah, anime part. Oh, you know what? That's what I like about the new Nerdcore.
For the light may never shine on me. No regrets for this life I lead. For the light may never shine on me. No regrets for this life I lead. For the light may never shine on me. No regrets for this life I lead. For the
See, this is what I would do. I would sit here and actually watch these videos and offer some kind of insight or commentary. But I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm a producer or anything because I can't tell you what's dope and what's not. I thought that was dope. That's Donnie Menace though. That's the homie. Had to show him some love. Hmm. Oh yeah, there's something else I wanted to show. That's pretty funny. Let's see if they got it. All right. As far as Zay Dante goes, I just hope that I don't get in trouble for this one because But this, I love a good short.
First of all, fuck Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Malice rhymed NASA with Mufasa, Focaccia, and Lady Gaga. And that really got me thinking about how much I hate Kanye West. I told Pharrell to make us some beats that will make our enemies drop to the floor and die. By the time we finished the album, we had no ops left standing.
What if Travis disses you back
How would he do that?
by rapping?
Next question, man. People are saying I went too far, that I shouldn't have called him a corny whore. Why aren't you asking him why he was being one? The label told us we
Hold on. Oh man, no, Zay Dante is hilarious. I watch his. If you get a chance, check his videos out. Like Zay Dante, he did the whole. Like somebody put together because he started off on TikTok, I think. But somebody put together all of his videos of him. It was the Kendrick and Drake beef. Funniness all the way through, like just crazy funny.
couldn't have Kendrick on a song because it would get too hateful. Long story short, we on a different label now. Short story long, fuck all them niggas. Cocaine.
That's the GOAT.
Wow.
Legend, man. This
Wow.
album's gonna bang.
Do I think his music is bad? Yes. Do I think his fashion is bad? Yes. Do I hate who he is as a person? More than anything. Your soul don't like your body will help you free it. That's something I said. Do those sound like the words of somebody you want to fuck with?
I
No,
will not
I don't think
partake
so.
in that.
Yet people do it anyway. So you know what? We're gonna let God sort them out. First of all,
Nah, that dude, yeah, he be tripping. He be having me tripping. Yeah, he's funny. He's direct. I like most of his stuff. Like actually, all of it. I was playing that for Easy because I know Easy like we were just looking at stuff and be laughing. But that's the problem. I want to do like more. Like I was thinking of doing more reacts, but it's like when I think of reacting, I don't really react to anything. I've mostly seen all of it, so it's like it would be weird for me to try to do that. But it ain't like I get paid for this stuff either, so it's not like I'm cloud chasing or nothing. Yeah, and all that good stuff. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's weird because it depends on what kind of space you want to be in. But if you're a rapper, you're gonna be in all kinds of trouble anyway. Like, because you're a rapper, it is a sport. Especially if you claim to be the best. If you claim to be the best, expect people to come test if you're the best. And I don't say that in jest. Why am I rhyming? The point is, you can't just say you're the best. You gotta, prove it. The problem though with like the problem with hip hop being a sport, which I'm with and all that, but it's really hard to gauge the parameters of how you would win. I mean, all right. Nowadays they base it on how many albums you sell, which is weird to me because all the people I've ever listened to in my life, I never cared about how many albums they sold. I just cared if I liked the album I bought. Now, the only way I know of that could possibly work is if you get a guy to stutter and step on their rhymes. That's it. If a guy don't have any bars for you, and I've only seen that a few times, where like, that's what I liked about the Blaze battle. That's what I liked when Jindy MC first came on Freestyle Fridays, where the guy they were going against had nothing for them. They couldn't even come up with rhymes for them. When Idea beat Shells, or when Old Dirty Bastard and Busta Rhymes were just freestyling and nobody was like, how we gonna compete with this weirdness? So I guess in that sense, that's the only reason why, like, I don't know how you gauge who's better, especially when it's subjective and a matter of opinion. Now, even if the whole crowd's going, there's always somebody in there like, that wasn't that good. Yep. You know who else I like that did? Who said something like that? Um, I don't give two fucks what you sold. You got that contradictory flow. That was a Chip. Chip when he was battling when he was making diss songs about Stormzy. Because people forget that the UK had a pretty big hip hop scene. It was the grime scene mostly, but there are rappers out there. Oh, that reminds me. If you listen to any of Slick Rick's new stuff, because Slick Rick dropped a nice piece of project and prove that storytelling rap is still goodness. Only reason why I took off the video is because I don't have one of them copyright disclaimer things on here. I just had to say fair use, but I don't know the amount of time and how much effort. You know what I mean? I don't even care if I get copyright struck or claimed. I just end up deleting it. Yeah, he's got storytelling on lock. That's because he's Slick Rick. I mean, it's Slick Rick. hmm But the album sales thing, I'll be honest, I've only ever heard that as an argument ever since the internet became prominent. Like nobody ever talked about who sold what. I don't know if they did, but in my circles and places I was at, I never heard that. You know what I'm saying? I never heard nobody going, "Oh, well, he sold this many." Nobody was checking how many a person sold. Anytime you ever heard that was when Usually they were up for an award or if they were doing some kind of, quasi documentary on them. Yeah. And that's the other thing. You can't tell me how many streams you got because I only care about your physical copies. And even then, I still don't care how many albums you sold because the Grateful Dead still had a loyal fan base and made tons of money. Insane Clown Posse made tons of money and they barely ever charted. Dang it, cat. Why you always got me stepping on you? Yeah. And the richer you get, the less hungry you are. Like, that's the thing when it came to music. Because sometimes, like, you couldn't sell much in rap back then, especially if you were an underground rapper. You relied on your fan base. Every city got a scene. There's still places out here that never get put on the rap map. Even with the internet. Whereas, like, at least with one thing I say about the American punk scene, you knew where a person was from. You may not have known the tourist spots, but like, if you were in Reno, you knew that was 7 Second City. And then, like, okay, one of my favorite ciphers was a Sprite commercial. I think it was Grand Poobah when they were doing the cipher. It was like, and I called I give the palm to my man with the right hand. I keep the Sprite in my left hand. And push the button when I don't want to hear nothing. I let it flow when I want to say something. This is how you flow when you're in the studio. Freestyle with Sprite. Yo, how the rest go? Voice things, voice, obey your thirst. Sprite, all right? That's what I mean about battle rap. I remember when, like, I don't know, battle rapping for me when I was coming up, when I was seeing it was you stand on stage against a guy, they put a timer up, you might get 60 seconds, and you got to spit to whatever beat. Now, a lot of people are like, well, I don't like that. I'm like, I thought you was a rapper. You're supposed to be able to spit to all these beats, and if you are rapping, if they don't like doing that, then why the hell were all those remix tapes coming out? Every time I look up, somebody remixed the song. Yeah, liars. You know? Now battle rap is all right. I know I'm battling this guy in 2 months, so I got plenty of time to do all this investigative reporting on him and all this other stuff. Yep, when a flow can ride the beat. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I appreciate Harry Mack, that off the dome freestyling. Of course, like MC Juice, King Los. There's so many. And I don't take nothing away from the current battle rappers like, Daylight, Loaded Lux, and all of them. Like I like ciphers and stuff, but when they say it's freestyle, and it's not really freestyle, it's just free up style, which that's thing. But I still think of freestyle as in you made it up on the top, off the dome, and I don't mean that you made it all up. You can still be using bars that you had in there. There's nothing wrong with recycling bars. I don't know why people keep saying that. Because there are such hot lines that keep on going. You can't go wrong. You made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. You know the deal. I like a few YouTube rappers, but I don't call them YouTube rappers. I just call them rappers that happen to be on YouTube. Rappers with a YouTube channel. I just don't think that's fair because it takes you and puts you into this weird box. Hell, Token just put out a new album. It's pretty, from what I hear, it's gas. Heck, I remember watching all the YouTube ciphers and stuff. I remember watching a lot of it. What's funny is that I didn't know that one of my homies is a YouTube rapper. I just knew him as a rapper because I didn't go on YouTube like that back in the day. His name's Echo. And I give him props. He finally got that. He did a track with Tech Nine. That is Tech Nine for you. I think what I like about Tech Nine the most, from what I've heard, is that if he messes with you, he doesn't even charge you for a verse. Like, he doesn't charge you to jump on a track with you. Like, if you want him on a track, if he messes with you, he does it for free. Because that's what goats do. Well. Yeah, but Grizzy Hendrix ain't a YouTube rapper. Grizzy Hendrix is a rapper. I actually talked to the guy quite a bit. We're not like close friends or nothing. I only know him from this space, but I had actually been like watching him for a while. But yeah, Grizzy's dope. Also like his attitude. And I say it like that because we don't always agree on squat. Like, we agree on a bunch of things, we don't agree on a bunch of things. I think that's healthy. If everybody agrees with everything you're saying, you're in a cult. Or you started one. Run. Yeah. He can rap. Grizzy's always been nasty. Like 6 seconds, he's nasty. Like, I love watching the Pokemon ciphers. But what tripped me out is all the drama within the rappers that do YouTube community. I was like, wow. There was a period where, like, every time we look at it, everybody was dissing each other and it wasn't in good, friendly fun. And I'm like, have you actually met each other? But also, that's why it's like weird when I think about being on this space, because it's not real. And I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm real or fake. I mean, you can't really gauge that off of a guy talking on a camera. I like some offbeat rappers as long as it's intentionally done right. Like, I don't mind if you go offbeat as long as you're there, if that makes any sense. Because truth be told, there's a lot of underground New York rappers that were notorious for that. Of course, beefing with people you never met can seem strange, but it's deranged. The kind of games that drive you insane. It's the same old thing, and there's really no one to blame, but you still keep on like nuts, wrinkle out and hang. You could also trip and talk a lot of shit, but if you don't really know that person, then you're really just spitting bullshit. It doesn't make sense, and that's why I don't contend. I don't really bother nor call these fools a friend, but I call them acquaintances. But then again, we ain't acquainted though. We just be chilling out on here and talking insatiable. I know that don't make sense, but it's fashionable for me to keep on talking like this because I'm just an asshole. But then again, I just keep talking. But I'm just sitting up here with chickens and I'm quacking. I got the duck over there quacking while I'm stalking. The freaking bed up in the shed is all ripped while I'm just walking in the sun with the shadow on my back. Oh, wait, it's in my front. That's what I get for quitting blunts. That kind of deal. See? They are really close with each other. Well, congratulations. Welcome to Twitter. I be saying to people on Twitter, I'm like, Why you think I just delete comment? I'm like, I'm not finna argue with you. I don't know you. Plus, ain't nothing worse than you sitting up there like, listen here, delicious 4572, blah, 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 blah. You know, it doesn't make sense. Collaborate? I might have to do that. Only reason I'm not doing it on here is because the sound wasn't coming out like I liked. It kept trying to fuzz me. So I'm gonna have to do that on my own. Yeah. And if they felt like their tweet needed to be longer and stronger, then they hit up on another site called Twit Longer. And I just think it's weird when I think about all these tracks and all these fools talking smack all the time on the internet. Because to me, it's the same as a diss track. You're just writing love letters about me. Let's fight, bastard. That's all I'm saying. If you really want to, let's box. Actually, I'll cheat and hit you with the rock. Why is that? Because I'm in a street fight, dog. We ain't up in the ring, so ain't no rules for these frogs. Which means I'll step on you and eat you like a fly. What's the problem with that? Man, I'm just a weird guy. That's the way it's always been. Never made no sense. I just talk a bunch of shit like an official malcontent. But also, I'll be real, when it comes to the rap game and when it comes to hating and loving, I have such a love-hate relationship with coastal rappers. Anybody from any coast, East Coast, West Coast, North, South, anytime you're on a coast of somewhere, what is it about the air on the coast that makes you like, arrogant? Actually, no. What is it about? PMC, you got caught. That was PMC. Don't Wayne Brady me. Mm. Ooh, doggy, it is hot. That's why I laughed. I was like, it was PMC. Did I sell him out? Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. You thought I had shame in my game. Nope. Shame is for people with dignity. Ugh. Hold on. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Well, Biz Markie, damn near anything by him. Probably picking boogers because I'm very immature to this day. Hey, mom, what's for dinner? Well, go up your nose and pick a winner. Picking boogers. Yep. I just love when he goes, I said, what's your name? Even incorporated into the song. And you got the nerve to be sitting up there talking about you got what I need. I got one. Shaniqua don't live here no more. What the hell was up with that song? What was it, Lil T and One Track Mike? Yeah, see? Easy nose spose. Oh wait, you know what? Speaking of comedy rap, you know who? You know what I used to love watching? And I'm another show that didn't get a fair shake to me. It's a tie, but well, it's not a tie. The Lyricist Lounge Show, and to a lesser extent, Scratch and Burn. Scratch and Burn was Lyricist Lounge Show was great. Like Lyricist Lounge Show was the first sketch comedy show where they rapped their sketches. Not all of them though, and that was the problem. They'd have rapped all of their sketches, it would have been better. But Scratch and Burn did kind of the same thing. They're both MTV shows, but Lyricist Lounge, they, you know, like they had WW Rap where they had Onyx battling. Who was that? I think it was Baby Powder and Master Fool, and they did it in a ring. I try to watch it, but you know what happened? They'll probably like cut my feed. Phil Lamar's Lenny Kravitz on Mad TV. You know which one I like? I think my favorite Mad TV, like as far as like parody rap, parody music video, and I still play it, is Keep Posing, where they were Limp Bizkit, Will Sasso was Fred Durst. That keep posing, 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 posing. That had me dying for days. You want to be like Limp Bizkit? Well, you can be like Limp Bizkit. All you got to do is wear the right. What you got to do is wear the right gear, like this gold chain right here. You see this red hat of mine? Make sure you wear it all the time. Get some expensive shoes and have a brother write your rhymes. That temporary tattoos up and down your arms, they only cost $0.25, and you get free plastic charms. Yeah, Mad TV did great musical parodies, but if we're going to talk about musical parodies, you can't forget In Living Color. Made Vanilla Ice put the Ice Ice Baby video on his YouTube channel. So now, yeah, Jim Carrey is on Vanilla Ice's YouTube channel. Remember how much he used to be so mad about that? Like, In Living Color had bomb parodies. I mean, they're Paul Abdul, the Kim Waters, which I found out she was mad about. And of course, Tommy Davidson is MC Hammer. Well, that's Weird Al. I'm just talking about like, you know, sketch comedy style. Like Weird Al is a master parody maker. And Weird Al actually has bars. Like his All About the Pentiums was banger. What kind of chip you got in there? A Dorito? I love that line. He's one of the few that's respected in the rap community. Because like even Chameleon said, Weird Al parodies you, that means you made it. Yeah, UHF was awesome. The only problem I have with parody now is that everybody thinks they can do it. And half the time, it's pretty poorly made. There is one guy though that I watch on the internet. He does great parody. Got to wash my hands. Yep. Prince said no. Coolio said no too. R.I.P. to Coolio. I think it was crazy that Coolio was in Gravity Falls, but that's nowhere near here nor there what I was talking about. Let me see if I can find that video I was thinking of watching. Yeah, this guy here, I think he does some of the best parody. Like as far as like guys that I think really should like, and what I like about him that he actually has bars. So I'm like, I can't even get mad at him. Let's see if I can pull it up. He's supposed to be the baby and Stunner for Vegas. I was like, this guy has it down pat, but he writes his own bars. Fair use, fair use. Now that dude is crazy. Like he does a bunch of them, and I'll be like, damn, he's got it down. I can't even say nothing about him. I understand. Oh yeah, this one I loved how rappers diss each other. Remember that whole the Julio Fulio and Young and Ace thing? Well, he had made a video called "How Rappers Diss Each Other."
If you live in Las Vegas,
Did you know that
But
you
like
can
I said, he
permanently
writes his own
in
stuff,
just
so I can't
24
even say
hours?
nothing
That's
negative.
right. Only 24 hours and
Where's Tyler? Where's Tyler? Where's Tyler? Where's Tyler? Tyler, where are you? Where the hell Tyler at, bro? I found him. Where you at? Where you at? In my blunt. Dead ass nigga! Dead ass nigga! On the short game! Boy!
We coming after you, Tyler. Ain't no mysteries getting solved, Tyler, you dead. I see you, Tyler, you dead. Fuck ass, bitch ass, dead, nigga. We came after your stupid ass with FNS and Draco's fat ass mama on TV talking about some, where's my son? Where's my baby? He dead. I don't know where the fuck he at. Tyler, where you at? She love you. You must not love your mom. Where you at? Tyler, where you at? Tyler, where are you? We have followed you. Said still can't solve that mystery. Made his fat ass mama face. He tried to get up, he can't. We let that nigga stay. Stop dissing me. Can't forget Lil Corey too. We coming after you. They got killed at school. They still can't find out who. Just know we smoking too. Crazy boys.
Wait, look at the picture of the guy that dissed it. You see the guy on the left? Like, I'm like, these guys is crazy.
And we all know Tristan Pussy, he got killed for acting cool. I fuck Lil JD, bitch. The poker face got blitz. He died the day he dropped the disc. Brandon took the stand and snitch. Slapped Jason in his shit. Made him click up with a click. That boy took your chain and stick. Jay, you still ain't slide for shit. Now Lil Daddy ass a lick. Finally killed him on the fifth. Cause don't got no proof I did it, but they know for sure I did. Hey, Jake, you on the list, you getting killed in 26. Sam still stuck in the 80s. We got guns, he using fists. And I feel bad for Rick. They killed his brother, killed his twin. But he said fuck Lil Joe, so pretty soon we smoking him. Coming soon. Yo, you said you gonna pull up on us, well. BTB the crew, we gotta follow you. Hanging out the roof, sliding in the coop. 6 shots to the tooth, we coming after you. I've called police. Go, ain't no bullets coming scorching hot. Ay, run out with a Glock, straight whipping down your bra. That's how pussies get on Fox, nigga. I don't talk a lot. Talk a lot, nigga. Play you getting clocked.
Oh yeah.
Hit that shit for a long time. You don't think Tyler want to hit it? Go ahead, Tyler. Dead ass nigga. Yeah. Follow my new Instagram at _ girl. He funny AL.
Yeah, nah, I like that guy. He always, every time I see his videos, he be making me laugh. What up, Sam, man? How you doing? I was just showing. I was just up here looking at stuff. Ugh. What's up with you? Just cooling? Yeah, yeah, that's Sam, man. I be on his channel. That's where I go to chop it up about wrestling and whatnot. Hey, they have these. Oh, I love that move. Yep. But I don't know. People don't like. I had to tell Sandman. He's asking me my favorite match. I'm like Manami Toyota versus Aja Kong because uh, Manami Toyota wrestled like she had a death wish, and some of the craziest, most devastating moves I've seen was in female Japanese wrestling. Oh, doing some housework, playing the game. Yeah, I was gonna do some Days Gone, but I'm trying to work out my. I'm setting all of this up right now. I'm trying to figure out how to get my capture card popping because I got to get a capture card. That way I can transition on video games and still keep talking to people without having to get an OBS, which I kind of have one here, but this one's easier to work than the OBS. And I was watching a couple vids, and I'll probably get hit for them later, but I ain't really tripping. It's all fair use. Ain't like I'm gonna like I tell everybody, I ain't getting paid for this. Now, oh, I wrote away from screen. That's not the banner I wanted to put up. It should have been this one. Why ain't nobody tell me it said I'm away from my screen? Only nonsense exists here. Oh yeah, you stay safe and blessed too, PMC. It's always good to see you. Hey, the other banner I have says, remember, this is non-tent. Okay, sorry about that. That was just I'm maneuvering. Had to keep avoiding stepping on Cat because Cat likes to be right in front of the door. By the way, I got two new names that were given to me by my illustrious family. Well, one of them was given to me. She calls me Sugar Devil since I'm always bringing in horrible candies and stuff. Not bad candy, it's just that it's bad because it's good. Like I'm banned from bringing in cheesecake to the crib. And I chose that and I'm like, Sugar Devil, that does sound cool. But I was like, I kind of leaning more towards the treat demon coming in with all my snacks. Yeah. I don't know. Something about treat demon just rolls off the tongue. Because Sugar Devil sounds too pimpish. It sounds cool and like a pimp. Whereas Treat Demon, well, that just sounds weird, like me. But yeah, nah, I was looking for a capture card, and then I found I got to buy one of those uh, USB hubs because I got a simple laptop. The hard part is making sure that this isn't content. Are you finna make something to eat? All right. I've been on here for 2 hours. That's crazy. You know, I don't even be spending that much time on here. I'm gonna go keep losing and screwing up in Days Gone. I gotta wait. I got a couple hours before I can do my laundry. I gotta do my laundry. I gotta get up early for work tomorrow. But on the plus side, I paid the rent. I did all that stuff. I always like to pay before it's due. So everybody that's up in here, hey, it's cool kicking it. And right. But like I said, I'm gonna get out of here too. So I want y'all to remember that your boy, he's not a content creator. I just talk too much. Much love. Peace out.